Thanos is a mutant member of the race of superhumans known as the Titanian Eternals. The character possesses abilities common to the Eternals, but amplified to a higher degree through a combination of his mutant eternal heritage, bionic amplification, mysticism, and power bestowed by the abstract entity, Death. Demonstrating enormous superhuman strength, speed, stamina, immortality and invulnerability among other qualities, Thanos can absorb and project vast quantities of cosmic energy, and is capable of telekinesis and telepathy. He can manipulate matter and live indefinitely without food, air or water, cannot die of old age, is immune to all terrestrial diseases, and has an extremely high resistance to psychic assaults. Thanos is also an accomplished hand-to-hand combatant, having been trained in the art of war on Titan. Thanos has proven himself capable of briefly holding his own in battle against Odin, and of blasting Galactus off his feet. Thanos is a supergenius in virtually all known fields of advanced science and has created technology far exceeding that which is found on contemporary Earth. He often employs a transportation chair capable of space flight, force field projection, teleportation, time travel, and movement through alternate universes. Thanos is also master strategist and uses several space vessels, at least 3 under the name Sanctuary, as a base of operations. Thanos was born on Saturn's moon Titan as the son of Eternal's mentor Ansui-san, and his brother is Eros of Titan, also known as Starfix. Thanos carries the deviance gene, and as such, shares the physical appearance of the Eternals' cousin race. At birth, his mother was shocked by his appearance and attempted to kill him, due to believing that her son would annihilate every life in the universe, but was stopped by Eros, Thanos' father. During his school years, Thanos was a pacifist and would only play with his brother Eros and pets. By adolescence, Thanos had become fascinated with nihilism and death, worshipping and eventually falling in love with the physical embodiment of death, Mistress Death. As an adult, Thanos augmented his physical strength and powers through his superior scientific knowledge. He also attempted to create a new life for himself by siring many children as well as becoming a pirate. He finds no fulfillment in either until he is visited again by Mistress Death, for whom he murders his offspring and his pirate captain. Wishing to impress Mistress Death, Thanos gathers an army of villainous aliens and begins a nuclear bombardment of Titan that kills millions of his race. Seeking universal power in the form of the Cosmic Cube, Thanos travels to Earth. Prior to landing, his vessel destroys a nearby car as a family witnesses his arrival. Unbeknownst to Thanos, 2 of the family members in the vehicle survive. The father's spirit is preserved by the Titanian cosmic entity Kronos and is given a new form as Drax the Destroyer, while the daughter is found by Thanos' father, mentor, and is raised to become the hero and Moon Dragon. Thanos eventually locates the cube, and also attracts the attention of Mistress Death. Willing the cube to make him omnipotent, Thanos then discards the cube. He imprisons Kronos and taunts Kree hero Captain Marvel, who, with the aid of superhero team the Avengers and Isaac, a supercomputer based on Titan, is eventually able to defeat Thanos by destroying the cube. Thanos later comes to the aid of Adam Warlock in a war against the Magus and his religious empire. During this alliance, Thanos cultivates a plan to reunite with Mistress Death, and secretly siphons off the energies of Warlock's soul gem, combining these with the power of the other Infinity Gems to create a weapon capable of destroying a star. Warlock summons the Avengers and Captain Marvel to stop Thanos, although the plan is foiled when Thanos kills Warlock. The Titan regroups and captures the heroes, 2 are freed by Spider-Man and the Thing. Thanos is finally stopped by Warlock, whose spirit emerges from the soul gem and turns the Titan to stone. Thanos' spirit eventually reappears to accompany a dying Captain Marvel's soul into the realm of death. Thanos is eventually resurrected, and collects the Infinity Gems once again. He uses the gems to create the Infinity Gauntlet, making himself omnipotent, and erases half the living things in the universe to prove his love to death. This act and several other acts are soon undone by Adam Warlock. Warlock reveals that Thanos has always allowed himself to be defeated because the Titan secretly knows he is not worthy of ultimate power. Thanos joins Warlock as part of the Infinity Watch and helps him to defeat first his evil and then good personas, and cure Thor of warrior madness. Thanos later recruits a team of Earth-bound supervillains and puts them under the field leadership of Jitar in a mission to capture an ancient robot containing the obscure knowledge of a universal library and extract its data. Thanos uses information from the robot to plot against and battle Tyrant, the first creation of Galactus-turned-destroyer. When trapped in an alternate dimension, Thanos employs the aid of the brother of Khazar, Carnival Plunder, and later the Hulk to escape, although both attempts are unsuccessful. Thanos is eventually freed and comes into conflict with Thor, aligning himself with Mangog in a scheme to obtain powerful mystical and cosmic talismans which will allow him to destroy all life in the universe, and during their battles Thanos decimates the planet Rigel 3. Thanos then uses the heroes Thor and Genis-Vell, Captain Marvel's son, against the Death God Walker, who attempts to woo Mistress Death and then destroy the entity after being rejected. Thanos then devises a plan to become the All-Father of a new pantheon of gods created by himself. Thanos, however, finds himself opposed by the Avengers' former member Mantis and her son Clay, who apparently is destined to be the Celestial Messiah. Thanos abandons this plan after having to unite with Mistress Death to destroy the Rot, a cosmic aberration in deep space caused by Thanos' incessant love for death. Thanos also once conducted extensive research on genetics, and after studying many of the universe's heroes and villains cloned them and gene-spliced his own DNA into the subjects. Although he later abandons the project, 5 clones survive, being versions of Professor X, Iron Man, Gladiator, Doctor Strange, and Galactus respectively. A 6th and unnamed version of Thanos also appears, and it is revealed the incarnations of Thanos encountered in the past by Thor and Khazar were actually clones. The true Thanos, with the aid of Adam Warlock, Gamora, Pip the Troll, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, and Doctor Strange, destroys the remaining clones. When the ancient Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten uses a source of cosmic power, the heart of the universe, to seize power in present-day Earth, killing most of Earth's heroes in the process, Thanos uses a time travel stratagem to defeat him. Thanos then uses the heart of the universe to reverse Akhenaten's actions and was also compelled to correct a flaw in the universe. Changed by the experience, Thanos advises confidant Adam Warlock he will no longer seek universal conquest. Thanos decides to atone for the destruction of Rigel 3, and agrees to aid a colony of Rigians in evacuating their planet before Galactus can consume it. During the course of this mission Thanos learns Galactus is collecting the Infinity Gems in an effort to end his unyielding hunger. Thanos later learns Galactus is being manipulated into releasing a multiversal threat called hunger, which feeds on entire universes. Despite opposition from Thanos, Galactus unwittingly frees the entity, and when its intentions are revealed, the pair team up and attempt to destroy it. En route to the Kiln, an intergalactic prison, Thanos meets Death, who for the first time speaks to the Titan. Death claims to be worth wooing, but says Thanos must offer something other than death. At the Kiln Thanos encounters Peter Quill, also known as Star-Lord, and the Shire warrior Gladiator, who are both prisoners, and the Beyonder, who has been rendered amnesiac by its choice to assume a humanoid female form. Thanos battles the Beyonder, causing its mind to shut down and leaving its power trapped within a comatose physical form. Thanos then instructs the Kyln officers to keep the Beyonder on life support indefinitely in order to prevent the entity from being reborn. Thanos departs the Kyln in the company of Skreet, a Chaos Knight freed from the prison. Thanos then meets the Fallen, revealed to be the true first Herald of Galactus. Thanos defeats the former Herald and places him under complete mental control. He later appears in Wisconsin attempting to charge a weapon called the Pyromatrix with the life force of everyone on Earth until he is defeated by Squirrel Girl. After the battle, Atta the Watcher appears and confirms through Squirrel Girl that she defeated the real Thanos, not a clone or copy. During the Annihilation War, Thanos allies himself with the genocidal villain Annihilus. When the Annihilation Wave destroys the Kyln, Thanos sends the Fallen to check on the status of the Beyonder, whose mortal form he finds has perished. Before the Fallen can report back to Thanos, it encounters Tenebris and Aegis, two of Galactus's ancient foes. Thanos convinces Tenebris and Aegis to join the Annihilation Wave in order to get revenge on Galactus, and they subsequently defeat the World Devourer and the Silver Surfer. Annihilus desires the secret of the power cosmic and asks Thanos to study Galactus. Once Thanos learns Annihilus's true goal is to use the power cosmic to destroy all life and remain the sole survivor, he decides to free Galactus. Drax the Destroyer kills Thanos before he can do so but discovers that Thanos had placed a fail-safe device to allow Silver Surfer to free Galactus in the event that Annihilus betrayed him. During a climactic battle with Annihilus, Nova is near death and sees Thanos standing with Mistress Death. A cocoon protected by the Universal Church of Truth is revealed to be hiding Thanos, who has been chosen by Oblivion to be the new avatar of Death. Resurrected before his mind could be fully formed, Thanos goes on a mindless rampage before being captured by the Guardians of the Galaxy. Thanos pretends to aid the Guardians against the invading Cancerverse, and after discovering its origin kills an alternate version of Mar-Vell, the self-proclaimed Avatar of Life. This causes the collapse of the Cancerverse, and Nova sacrifices himself in an attempt to contain Thanos inside the imploding reality. Thanos escapes and returns to Earth seeking an artificial cosmic cube. He forms an incarnation of the criminal group Zodiac to retrieve it, but he is defeated by the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy and remanded to the custody of the Elders of the Universe. Thanos soon invades Earth again after being informed that most of the Avengers have temporarily left the planet. He launches an assault on Nadilan, which he offers to spare in exchange for the deaths of all Inhumans between the ages of 16 and 22. Black Bolt later informs the Illuminati that the true purpose of the invasion is to find and kill Thane, an eternal, Inhuman hybrid that Thanos had secretly fathered years earlier. Thanos is trapped in a pocket limbo of stasis by his son. Thanos is freed by Namor and was among the villains that joined his cabal to destroy other worlds. Thanos later meets his end on Battle World, where he is easily killed by God Emperor Doom during an attempted insurrection. Thanos is unintentionally brought back to life by Galactus. When Thanos prepares to raid a Project Pegasus facility to steal a cosmic cube, he is ambushed and defeated by a team of Avengers. During their battle, he mortally wounds War Machine and critically injures She-Hulk. After his defeat, he is imprisoned in the Triskelion, and manipulates Anti-Man into facilitating his escape. Thanos goes on a killing spree, but Black Panther, Blue Marvel and Monica Rambeau are able to stop him by devising a device that blocks the electrical synapses in his brain. Thanos somehow later recovers and escapes captivity, and reclaims his Black Order forces from Corvus Glaive. After retaking command of his Black Quadrant outpost, Thanos discovers that he is dying. Thanos tries to force Mentor to find a cure for his malady, but kills him when he is unable to. Soon after, Thanos would be battered and detained by the Shi'ar Imperial Guard after he invaded the very planet station of his father's facility sitting in their territory. A quick jump into the future shows Thanos' estranged son Thane having bested his mad father with the personification of death at his side. Presently locked within a maximum security cosmic Alcatraz, Thanos sits alone within a cell as his sickness ravages his body. All while being mocked by its prison warden, whom he lured into a false sense of security in order to escape, ripping off his arm for escape access and murdering half his personal staff in a bid for freedom. Having narrowly escaped his imprisonment before its self-destruction, Thanos retreats to a hidden outpost where a roving mercenary colony loyal only to him was once stationed, only to find it decimated at the hand of the new lover of Mistress Death, who reveals that she'd stricken her former avatar with his fatal sickness, being his son Thane, now boasting the power of the Phoenix Force, whom under her coaxing, had banished the Mad Titan back to the decimated moon of Titan, now entirely stripped of his godlike powers. For the next few months, Thanos would survive alone and all but powerless in the ruins of his home city. Surviving off the flesh of mutated vermin and being accosted by local scavengers who preyed upon him in his weakened condition, he is soon picked up by the unlikely crew of Thane's betrayed cohort Strykos Laterus, his adopted daughter Nebula and his brother Eros of Titan. Having heard of their plight, the three were dismayed to find Thanos stripped of all he was and had ever been, his second daughter only agreeing to come along so she could kill her father, immediately assaulted him. Starfix was able to preempt her attempt at patricide while inviting his wayward tyrant of a brother aboard their vessel. Thanos mentioned the only way for him to be relieved of his mortality was to seek out the god quarry heralded by the Witches of Infinity. Starfix initially wrote this off as fable and folklore. Now on the path to the Cosmic Coven set at the edge of the known universe, Thanos and crew stop short of a black hole, knowing full well that it is where the witches make their home. The Mad Titan jumps into the pinhole of nothingness alongside his brother, whom, not trusting his butcherous sibling with the supposed infinite power of said collective, having survived the crushing force of the singularity they dove into, Thanos and Eros are greeted by the Coven at the godly graveyard. Thanos demands the three that are one to return his godhood to him. Starfix tries his best to charm the enchantresses only to be rebuked by them, much to Thanos' joy when they prematurely aged him. Seeing as it was neither their place to destroy nor turn away those seeking them, the witches professed the only way for the warlord to be made whole again was to climb down into the god quarry and await the trial that would test his soul. Immediately after setting foot within the graveyard of old gods, Thanos is subsumed into the bedrock within which they rest. As his journey of the core being commenced, Thanos' trial began with him as leader of Earth and the universe's greatest champions, the Avengers. But he's unable to escape the nagging feeling he's forgotten something, till the quarry itself wearing the guise of Falcon reminds him of who he used to be, tempting him to live as a hero and a man at peace for the first time in his immortal life. But Thanos laughs maniacally as he coldly rebukes such a path, ruthlessly killing his would-be friends and allies while choosing to remain whom he always was. His cosmic might returned to him, Thanos is freed from the god quarry, wherein he immediately accosts his brother Eros and threatens the Coven to release him from their domain so that he might do away with Thane once and for all. Around the time of the new Thor's appearance, Thanos is approached by a mysterious hooded woman, who proposes an alliance. He tasks her with bringing him the hammer of the deceased ultimate Thor. The woman fails, but removes her disguise to reveal herself as Hela, the Norse goddess of death. She tells Thanos that she needs his help to reclaim, and in exchange, offers to give him the one thing he has been searching for his entire life, death. After this, the two kiss,